Rocket! Welcome back to the rest of the story. We're gonna do some more window shopping because that's what you do at the end of the year. It's December, and looking at stuff that you can't afford, even if you could wanted to buy this stuff anyway. A friend of mine, and you guys all know him, my friend Ryan, we were just talking about these, the Hydro Push vertical beater spreaders. Now, if you go back and watch one of Ryan's oldest, I think it's like Ryan's on How Farms Works, like one of the very first videos he ever posted was of us running a vertical beater Hydro Push spreader. It was hooked on to my grandpa's 4440. Go to his channel if you want to see that. And I can tell you right now, that instance where we ran that spreader, I mean, we had it for 24 hours and we were putting some really nasty manure through it, like the kind of stuff that would like completely kill our spreader. I mean, we were putting the like 2 or 3 year old bed pack in it that was put on a dirt lot, and we were using that 7400 with the loader on it, and we were stacking it as high as we could get it, which I think it was a 550 bushel, pretty sure it was a 550 bushel spreader, and that hands down was the best, most even spread pattern I've ever seen on a manure spreader. So that is largely why I want to go back to a Hydro Push with the vertical beaters on it. Granted, this one is not as big as the one we rented, but the Hydro Push on it, anybody can tell me their experiences with the Hydro Pushes, but the big reason I would go with the hydraulically pushed spreaders is because I absolutely hate replacing or having to fix broken webs. That one of ours, we've broken the web on it, the chains and all that on it like numerous times, and these I really don't see how many or how much of an issue it would really be to have with the hydraulic push on it. The one thing that I was told though with these is that when the tongue is so far ahead compared to where the tires are, when you get this pushed back and it starts putting the weight on the back of the spreader and it starts pulling the tongue up, so you lose some of your traction, like when you're out trying to spread in the middle of the winter on icy, crappy, cold conditions. And these, as the material is being pushed out the back, they're running and kind of throwing the manure outward and up, and it pretty much destroys anything, tears apart, spreads out everything that would get pushed out through it. Largely what we would need as far as our operation goes. A slinger, I've heard really nothing great about slinger spreaders. They're great for slurry, they're great for liquid like dairy manure, pit manure, but as far as bed pack goes, they take forever to unload, and they do like to spill out over the top because it can't unload it fast enough for the way the augers are running in the back end. So for us, for whatever we'll ever need it for, this right here is really what we'd be looking at, or what I'm looking at when the time comes. When you guys hear me talk about a different spreader or a hydraulic push spreader, something along this is pretty much exactly what I want. Those, well, I've never actually seen the Pro spread with the webs on them before. Definitely built a lot heavier than what we have on our spreader right now. I don't know really why you'd want a grease zerk right back where the beaters are, because I guarantee it's either gonna get full of manure and rust up and not work, you'll be changing grease zerks out all the time, or you're gonna bust it off because frozen material or inside here, twin chain design would actually probably work better than the single chain design like we have. But the big floater tires too, especially when you're and dry conditions, or not dry, wet conditions. Like it's been a wet fall, and everybody is saying that about the slurry tanks and pits. Everybody's trying to figure out how they're gonna get all their manure hauled out because it's been so wet. But I just can't bring myself to want to go back to a web. That just seems like that would do a better job. The dual beater though, my friend, they ended up buying a spreader with the dual beaters because they only had one that with just the solid beater across the back like we do, and that does do a better job on this style of a spreader of breaking up any clumps if the spreader is loaded heavily, because as all farmers out there know, you always tend to overload spreaders as full as you can get because you want to make as few trips as possible. Oh well. And another slinger. Everybody likes these big floaters. They wouldn't be so bad, but you have to have something that can get them, can load them. Like with our spreader, we got with our skid steer, we can load our spreader all right, and we just had the narrow tires on it. When you get spreaders like this, you're that much farther back from the actual spreader when you're trying to dump into it, and if you're only loading from one side, you can kind of load lopsided, and you really don't want to do that because, like you just said, then you're not really utilizing the spreader to the fullest. All right, I better get back, or get out of here. Everybody else is waiting on me. So thanks for watching. Take care, take it easy, keep in touch.